What is radicalization? How is media covering it? How can we contain it? These are some of the questions raised at CURB conference organized by Bournemouth University's Media School and Dorset Police.
Having the debate is the main thing, discussing what is extremism like we've been doing today, what is radicalisation, how serious is the problem, which communities should we focus on, are they being listened to, and I think everybody needs to take part in that debate, certainly not just the police, but also the partners and the academics and the media people can help lead that.
Alan Jenkins also says that government's prevent policy has had mixed results.
Really, I think certainly in Dorset, if I can speak for Dorset first of all, it's been a great success because it's created an agenda, it's created lots and lots of work with partners who hadn't really thought that the terrorism, the counter-terrorism issues actually applies in Dorset, whereas now there's a lot of people talking, a lot of people thinking about it. I think nationally everybody recognises there were some mistakes, in particular an over-focus perhaps on Muslim communities, which was never the case in Dorset, but in other places such as the West Midlands, etc. They over-focused on one community and on one single issue, Al-Qaeda, whereas in Dorset and now other areas, the right-wing extremism is as bad, if not worse.
Dr. Ben O'Loughlin talks about the problems faced by the media in covering extremism.
It's very difficult for journalists because this is an issue where even policymakers themselves don't really understand how radicalisation works. Who gets radicalised? Is there a process that is common in lots of different cases? For all the cases that have happened in Britain over the last 10 years, there aren't really any common driving forces that make people turn to violence. Sometimes it's personal situations, sometimes it's ideology, sometimes it's criminality. So journalists struggle, I think, just as policymakers do.
He also says that social media has both advantages and disadvantages.
If we look at how authoritarian regimes follow people through Facebook to find out where protests are going to happen, and obviously liberal regimes are going to be doing that as well. So for all of the kind of emancipatory hope that a lot of the media seem to find in new media, the actual reality, we need to be very, very careful. And I think if we're going to really understand how new media is going to help political change, we have to see how people in each country, with each country's institutions, work within those institutions to use new media to change those institutions, rather than just look at new media on its own as some kind of tool for change. It all depends on the kind of country you live in.
Attended by 60 delegates from across the UK, the CURB conference managed to highlight critical issues surrounding extremism. In these times of globalized violence, when one man's terrorist is another man's freedom fighter, it is imperative that all sections of the society come together and contain extremism. Along with Gaya Manko, this is Shrestha Trivedi reporting.